2021's been great so far. We've had returning shows not giving these new superstars any room to breathe since everyone's fighting for that Anime of the Year spot. But we can't help but get overcome by the hype of shows that would be hitting the screens a little later, next year to be exact. So, let's have a look at some of the big names that next year would come packing with, making hype and excitement run wild all over the place with 10 anime that will be carrying the year 2022. The Devil is a Part-Timer, 2nd season. Well, look who's here. The WcDonald Satan is here at your service, and he'll make sure you get some of the best laughs anime has to offer. What started as something so dramatic and arcane all those years ago ended up being such a wonderful experience. The wait has truly killed more than just a few of us by now. Well, it looks like the Demon King heard our pleas and is returning to perform on the screen with his henchmen the very next year. Let's see what the anime puts Satan up against this time, cause an ordinary life isn't the best thing for him now, is it? Comedy, fantasy, and action bringing together a brew straight from the cauldron of hell, the title sure kept us waiting. Saga of Tanya the Evil Season 2. An anime about an Isekai should always be filled with games and goblin girls to keep up the image? Wrong. Mavericks like Tanya are exactly what gives meaning to this otherworld transportation theme that we can't seem to get enough of. Military and conspiracies couldn't find a better rival than this anime where things are just all over the place, and with geniuses comprising of the upper echelon of characters, one could reckon Tanya having a hard time to thrive in this universe she was part of all of a sudden. But we all remember how much of an oddball we got to see, right? And with 2022 marking the return to probably one of the best titles of 2017, let's get ready to have madness take us all in with a universe that makes sure things aren't bland at all by any means. Spriggan. I know the comment section is going to be full of comments flaming this title given how it's Netflix and CGI at the same time. The perfect recipe for disaster. Though why do you have to ruin such a classic like that? Noah's Ark meets anime in a universe where the thirst for power and global supremacy makes some of the fiercest battles hit the screen. See for yourself what these Spriggans are capable of, since operating under the name of Archon puts you out there as the best humanity has to offer. You Ominai is in for something else, since teaming up to go against the US Machine Corps wouldn't only be a world of hurt as most of us are imagining right now. Secrets exposed, mysteries divulged, someone has to stop the bad guy from ruining it all for the gist of it, and the Spriggans are the only ones you can count on. Blue Lock. Seeing this for the first time made the good old Inazuma 11 come to the picture, given how the Raimon boys went from such humble beginnings to overcome the world in the OG season. But Blue Lock made sure I don't confuse it with the kids show, since soccer gets super intense in a heartbeat when the title is in the equation. You know a coach with ego in his name is going to come up with the most outrageous idea out there, right? Well, the Blue Lock project just happens to be one of them, and with all these strikers battling it out in this peculiar survival of the fittest, just who would come out on top to carry the team all the way to conquer the world? Follow Yoichi Isagi and a bunch of interesting faces that would make choosing your top favorite the most difficult thing in the entire universe. JoJo Bizarre Adventure Part 6, Stone Ocean. We're finally getting some more JoJo. How cool is that? The memes are getting kind of old as well, so a new season would serve as the perfect reference material. Claimed by many to be the best in the entire series, Stone Ocean takes a different approach to the universe, and we can't help but love it to pieces. The only female JoJo to date, let's see how the Amazon takes the reign, since being the daughter of the Kujo Jotaro, the girl's gotta have a lot up her sleeves, no? A one-of-a-kind prison break is on your way, with stains that would give the old ones a run for their money, and a baddie sitting on top that wouldn't go down without putting up one hell of a performance one wouldn't be able to forget for ages to come. Demon Slayer Season 2. The anime that took 2019 by storm is returning to show just what peak animation looks like. Nothing short of being cocaine to the eyes, Demon Slayer isn't an experience any of us would be missing out on given how much of a big name it is. From the looks of the trailer, we're about to get the Yoshiwara arc, in addition to the anime giving us a deeper insight into the Hashiras that had a super hype back then. Ufotable's kinda evil, you know. We already can't get enough of the movie, and they're hitting us with a season that's going to become one of the best titles 2022 is going to have. Muzan, Tanjiro, and the lot. There's a whole lot of faces we want to know more about, and the wait's going to be a real pain since with these teasers here and there, the name's not going to get out of our head even once. Vinland Saga Season 2. The perfect Viking anime would be back next year to carry just where the 2019 hit left off. I mean, looking back at it, they ended it in such a dramatic fashion that it was hard not to be on the lookout for any rumor, to be honest. Let's see where the journey would take Thorfinn this time, since there's a lot for the boy to do before he can find that inner peace. Peace he lost that day he saw his father for the last time. The poster already looks sick, and with an adult Thorfinn on his way to amaze both us and every Dane there is, this season's going to be a good one. To be honest, I'm very much looking forward to how Canute would mature and grow later on in the series, since the way things ended up last season, it's no wonder that he became the face people want to super look forward to. Chainsaw Man. The trailer that blew up in an instant. It won't be wrong to say that people are super hyped about a show that wasn't even that hot a couple of months ago. Pushing someone beyond what he can endure is going to let loose the demon he chains inside of him. That's like the oldest rule in the book. But Denji showed both us and the Yakuza that he isn't one to mess around with. Pochita coming super handy, making him a force to be reckoned with in an instant. Now with the power to slice the entire universe with his limbs alone, his foes aren't going to like when they see his true form, since devil or demon aren't words that suit him at all. I'm pretty sure people want to look at the fan service more, but just let Denji surprise you once and the anime won't be the same ever again. Before we reveal the number one, we decided to gift you some honorable mentions so that you have a whole list of titles to wait for. Here we go. From Goblin Slayer sequel to Danmachi Season 4 to Made in Abyss sequel to Dr. Stone Season 3, we're just getting started. The Rising of the Shield Hero 2, Arifureta Season 2, Jujutsu Kaisen's movie, NA's release, to the Black Clover and Dragon Ball Super movies, the show never ends. Attack on Titan Final Season Part 2. To start with our final two, let's first talk about the face of modern animation, the only manga that a lot of you read cause the wait just couldn't let you live. Attack on Titan is probably the best that's happened to anime. Good thing the previous season's hate is out of the picture since it was pretty annoying to look at. This season follows where the last one left off and tells us the answers to the questions that have been questioning us all this while. History would become crystal clear and the true meaning of being a friend or a foe would come into the limelight as we get the last pieces to the puzzle that the show has been since day one. Manga readers already know what's going to happen, but we're all armed and ready to get blown away once again, right? Bleach, 1000-Year Blood War Arc. I still remember how much of a shock it was to lose Bleach all of a sudden back in the day. I mean, imagine your kid's self tuning into the show the same time of the week and it's just Tom and Jerry making you hate cats all of a sudden. But anime anniversaries have always brought with them surprises, and this was all the more welcome since we desperately want to see what the manga had to tell us. This arc is sure to bring back Bleach into the game since the filler sure killed my boy back in the day. With all new foes to test some Bakuto against and with rather interesting faces returning to the screen, let's get hit by that adrenaline dose over and over again in this sequel that we should have gotten a decade ago, but Tite sure loves to build up the hype, no? Well, you know what I'm talking about.